Welcome back to the Abyss, my fellow horror enthusiasts. Here we revel in the shadows, where the veil between our world and the next wears thin, where whispers echo with the weight of unspeakable truths. Tonight we delve into the chilling corridors of abandoned schools, places where knowledge once thrived, now haunted by those who never graduated to the other side. 3 stories, each more unsettling than the last, bound by the restless spirits tethered to the hallowed halls of learning. Turn off the lights and let the shadows embrace you as we explore the terrifying tales of the ghosts who never left the school halls. Our tale takes us to Northgate High, a century-old building with a history as long as its echoing corridors. Here we meet the spectre of Old Man Withers, a name whispered amongst students and faculty. Old Man Withers wasn't just a name, it was a title, passed down through generations of janitors. The current Old Man Withers, William, dedicated his life to the school. One frigid winter night, a blizzard raged outside. William stayed late, ensuring the ancient boiler wouldn't give in to the cold. He never made it home that night. They found him in the boiler room the next morning, a serene look upon his face. The official report cited a heart attack, but within Northgate's walls, a different story began to circulate. Students whispered of seeing William's ghostly figure pushing a phantom mop. Others claimed to hear the faint clang of his keys, the rhythmic squeak of his cart. The new janitor, Tom, dismissed the stories as pranks until he started noticing strange occurrences himself. Tools would vanish, only to reappear meticulously cleaned and polished. One evening, Tom saw a shadowy figure through a frosted window. A fleeting glimpse of a man pushing a mop sent shivers down his spine. As weeks turned into months, the occurrences became more frequent. Chalkboards erased, desks straightened, floors swept clean. Tom found himself looking over his shoulder, unease growing. Then came the whispers, faint at first, like rustling papers. They grew louder, coalescing into distinct words. Always leave it cleaner than you found it. Tom recognized the voice instantly. It was Old Man Withers, his spectral voice echoing with familiarity. Terrified, Tom fled the building, vowing never to return. To this day, Northgate High stands empty, abandoned, and left to decay. Some say it's because of dwindling enrollment, but those who know better know the truth. Northgate High isn't abandoned, still maintained by its eternal janitor, Old Man Withers, forever working his grim shift. Our next haunting takes us to the sun-drenched yet deceptively eerie halls of Sunnybrook Prep, a prestigious boarding school nestled amidst rolling hills and manicured lawns. Here, amidst the privilege and promise, a darkness lingers, a chilling reminder that even in the brightest of places, shadows lurk. The lost student of Sunnybrook Prep, they called her, a ghost story whispered among generations of students, a cautionary tale of a life cut tragically short. Her name was Emily, a bright, promising student who vanished without a trace one spring evening. Emily, a gifted artist, was last seen heading towards the school's art studio, a secluded annex nestled in the school's sprawling gardens. She was working on a final project, a self-portrait she poured her heart and soul into. She never made it to her destination. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, yet Emily remained missing. The police investigated, but every lead turned cold, every clue leading to a dead end. Hope dwindled, replaced by a gnawing sense of despair. Emily was gone, but within Sunnybrook's hallowed halls, whispers of another kind began to surface. Students reported seeing a solitary figure wandering the grounds late at night, a young woman with long, flowing hair and an ethereal glow. She was always searching, her eyes filled with a haunting sadness. One student, a budding writer named Sarah, claimed to have encountered the spectral figure in the library. As Sarah pored over dusty tomes, she felt a cold spot settle over her, a prickling sensation at the back of her neck. Turning slowly, she saw her. The ghostly figure of Emily stood before her, her translucent hand hovering over a worn copy of Jane Eyre, Emily's favorite book. Her eyes, filled with a desperate longing, met Sarah's, and for a fleeting moment Sarah felt an overwhelming sense of sorrow wash over her. Then, just as quickly as she appeared, Emily vanished. Word of Sarah's encounter spread like wildfire through Sunnybrook. Some dismissed it as a hallucination, a figment of Sarah's overactive imagination. But others, those who felt the inexplicable chill in certain corridors, who heard the soft sobs echoing from the abandoned art studio, they knew the truth. Emily was still there, trapped within Sunnybrook's walls, forever searching for something she couldn't find in life, and now, in death, seemed destined never to uncover. Some say she's looking for her unfinished self-portrait, the last piece of her soul left behind. Others believe she's searching for a way out, a way to escape the gilded cage of Sunnybrook Prep. But whatever the reason, Emily's presence continues to haunt the halls. A chilling reminder that some stories never truly end. They merely transition into something different. Chapter 3. The Teacher's Lingering Lesson. Our final tale of spectral vengeance takes us to the crumbling facade of Blackwood Academy, a once prestigious all-boys school now shrouded in an almost palpable sense of dread. Here, amidst the decaying grandeur and overgrown ivy, resides the tormented spirit of Miss Eleanor Crane, a name whispered with a mixture of fear and reverence. Miss Crane, a stern but brilliant English literature teacher, had dedicated her life to Blackwood, shaping the minds of generations of young men. She was a pillar of the institution, respected, admired, and perhaps just a little feared. But behind her formidable exterior beat a heart betrayed. It all began with a whispered rumor, a malicious lie spread by a group of disgruntled students seeking to discredit her. The rumor, fueled by jealousy and resentment, spread through the school like wildfire, tarnishing Miss Crane's impeccable reputation. Despite her best efforts to clear her name, the damage was done. The administration, more concerned with appearances than truth, forced Miss Crane into early retirement, stripping her of her dignity and her life's work. Heartbroken and betrayed, Miss Crane retreated to her modest apartment, a shadow of her former self. One stormy night, as lightning cracked the sky and rain lashed against her windows, Miss Crane took her own life, leaving behind a note filled with bitterness and despair. Her final words, scrawled in her elegant hand, sent shivers down the spines of those who read them. Justice will be served. And served it was, but not in the way anyone could have anticipated. For Miss Crane's spirit, consumed by a thirst for vengeance, refused to leave Blackwood Academy. She became a spectre of retribution. Her presence felt most strongly in the very classrooms where she once taught. Students whispered of flickering lights, icy drafts, and the faint scent of lavender, Miss Crane's signature perfume. Books would slam shut on their own, papers would fly off desks, and the unmistakable sound of chalk scratching against the chalkboard echoed through empty classrooms. But Miss Crane's wrath wasn't reserved for the faint of heart. Those who dared to speak ill of her, who perpetuated the lies that led to her downfall, often found themselves plagued by misfortune. Failing grades, sudden illnesses, and a pervasive sense of dread followed them like a curse. One by one, the students involved in spreading the rumor that destroyed Miss Crane's life met with unfortunate ends. Some succumbed to freak accidents. Others were struck by inexplicable illnesses. Each incident served as a chilling reminder of Miss Crane's vow. Justice would be served. To this day, Blackwood Academy stands as a testament to the destructive power of lies and the enduring strength of a vengeful spirit. The school, once a beacon of knowledge and opportunity, is now a haunted shell, forever marked by the lingering lesson of Miss Eleanor Crane. And so we emerge from the shadows, the echoes of tormented souls still ringing in our ears. The halls of learning, once vibrant with the pursuit of knowledge, now stand as chilling reminders of the darkness that can linger even in the most unexpected of places. If you enjoyed tonight's journey into the spectral side of school spirit, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to stay locked in for more terrifying tales. And while you're down there, let me know in the comments, have you ever encountered a restless spirit in the hallowed halls of your alma mater? Until next time, my fellow night owls, sleep tight and remember, sometimes the most terrifying lessons are learned beyond the grave.